Welcome back to another episode of Nasdaq100 weekly highs, weekly lows, technical analysis. And this pretty much is I think this is going to be the last video for this week in regards to the Nasdaq100, right? So obviously you're going to be getting a video on the weekend in regards to the Nasdaq100, but this is more or less the series as to my thinking towards how I would position myself when certain market conditions presents itself. So I'm giving you that roundup throughout the week, just to kind of help you guys out, okay? Just help you generate ideas, right? Once again, not a financial advisor, giving you financial advice. And obviously, if you're finding these videos super useful, the best thing you can do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. That way, you will never miss a video when it's released. So just going off the rip in terms of where we left off on Tuesday's video, right? So on Tuesday's video, the roundup was this. I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase through it all, right? So I basically talked about this support level over here, price bouncing off of it, right? And as I was recording the video, right, we had this wick that appeared and it looked like it pushed up and closed above it. So it closed above this level nonetheless, okay? And the second level of interest was this one over here, right? And price didn't really go into it. It looked like it was going to go into it, but it didn't go into it. But the key points that I wanted to point out to you guys, especially in regards to what I talked about on the Tuesday, was this FVG zone right here, okay? So as you can see, I haven't really moved anything from the last time I did the video, right? So you can kind of know that what I have been telling you has been relatively solid based on if you followed it correctly or if you were super ambitious and you just joined it and screwed yourself. Bottom line is, if you're impatient in the market will destroy you. I've been in the game long enough to know that one simple basic concept: patience is key to winning your trades. If you're not patient, I promise you, you're just better off just donating money to all of us that are patient in the game, okay? So I talked about this FVG over here, and I'm just going to extend it across, right? And I also talked about this level over here as well that I drew out, so I'm going to extend that across as well, right? So had you have done the due diligence, or at least at the bare minimum been patient, okay, bearing in mind any entries in the FVG, you must cover the highs. That's just the golden rule. Sometimes it will get hit, which is unfortunate, but it's just best practices, right? Like, especially if you're in the market, you wanna, if you're getting in anywhere, you cover the previous high. That's the best place to actually put your stop, right? So enough with that spill. We're just going to get on with what actually took place, because nothing really happened on Wednesday, right? So nothing really took place on Wednesday. It was just a slow day, right? Today has been somewhat interesting. So what's happened is, during the early hours of this morning, so 5 a.m. GMT, because obviously I'm in London, right? Price came all the way into the FVG, right? It came all the way into the FVG, at which point this would have been the smart play to position yourself underneath it, as you can see right here, right? So what happened was price went all the way into the FVG, then we got a parabolic all the way down, right? At which point you would have been triggered in. Then obviously it went down a little bit more, then it did the parabolic to the upside, and now it's on its way back down again. It's on its way back down again, right? So what I said in the previous video is this level over here is, in my opinion, one of the safest place to put your TP, okay? Because in my opinion, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. There's no shame in being wrong. I could be wrong. Is that I don't think price is going to come below this point over here, which is 19728.9. I don't think it's going to come down to this zone. But however, what I do think is that it will visit this consolidation area over here, okay? So at the top end of the consolidation area, just to try to guarantee that our TP gets hit, that will be 19831.6, this level right here, okay? You should see it. It's over here, okay? Actually, as a matter of fact, let me just put this label on it just in case YouTube, the space of the video, it kind of crops a bit of it out. So let me just make this white so at least you guys can see that, okay? So Let me just add another color to this as well, make this one white as well. Okay, so this is this level over here, right? So that will be 19831.0, right? So it's around this level right here you want to consider putting your TP. And once again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Disclaimer at the beginning of the video. It tells you this is entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. Everything you do, you're responsible for. I'm not responsible, you are, right? So now that that's covered, okay, so I think price, the most realistic location for price to come to is over here. All right, so as it stands right now, we have a really simple play that market has given us, right? Market has given us a really simple play, and there are areas of concern in this play that we want to be mindful of, but at the same time, from where I'm sitting, it looks relatively clean cut, right? So for example, I believe up here, I have more confidence now that this is in fact the weekly high, right? So this is in fact the weekly high, and this for now is the weekly low, but it's not the weekly low. But however, we can treat this as a signal. What do I mean by that? If price indeed moves away from this FVG and comes all the way down and knocks out this level over here, it increases the probability. Let me actually change the color of this. So if price moves away as it's doing now and comes all the way down, right, okay, and knocks out this swing low over here, okay, in my opinion, it increases the probability that it is going to go to this zone right here, right? It increases that probability, in my opinion, okay? But also at the same time, we also want to be mindful of couple traps that has been set up for us, okay? And what I mean by traps is those are FVGs that are sitting under the current position as it is now, okay? So that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It just depends on how it goes. We just have to monitor the situation and just see how everything kind of pans out, right? So as it stands right now, and I'm looking at everything that's taking place today in preparation for tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of the market until next week, right? So what we have right here is we have the first FVG, which is located right here, okay, that price could bounce from, right? And we have another FVG right above that, okay, that price has indeed tapped into, and right now we're waiting to see if it's going to blast through it or not, right? And at the same time, we have another FVG sitting in this zone that price has already tapped into, okay? So as it stands, these two levels over here could either make the trade be solid or it could make it all go bad, at which point what will happen is this would be the weekly low, that is the weekly high, and a whole bunch of confusion takes place in between, okay? So you want to be prepared for all of that as it happens, okay? So for example, what I would have done is, if I was trading, especially if I was trading say today and I saw the moves, I would have identified this location here as the probability of that being the weekly low, right? And then what I would have done is I would not have done anything. I would not have done anything at all. I would have waited, right? And then the following day, today, when I saw price doing this move down here, and then it gave the power bullet to the upside, providing I was up at 6 in the morning GMT, I would have taken this candle over here, and then I would have ridden it all the way up, right? And then I would have activated the trailing stop also to make sure that all of my gains I did not lose, right? So that's how I would have done that. Now, to help you follow along with everything I'm talking about, okay, you should be seeing two thumbs on your screen right about now. One is for backtesting. That will help you if you're struggling with the whole concept of trading and you want to learn ideas that could help you. And the second is the previous video to this video in regards to what I talked about on the Tuesday as to how to behave should this situation that appeared, which it looks like it has, right? So for now, this is it, and I will see you on the next one.